Hi.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good. It's a good podcast.
It was.
Yeah.
Super.
Who do we have on?
Oh, were we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
We had Irene from Molinos Coffee, our favorite coffee place.
The one and only, the world famous Molinos.
And tomorrow is their grand opening in Redlands, walking distance from the studio.
Yeah.
So exciting.
When we used Mine and Mill, shout out to Mine and Mill, love them. And Riverside as our co-working space. One of the best perks was having Molinos within walking distance because they have the world's best banana muffin.
They
hands
really
down.
do. It's amazing.
I remember telling her, so that thing's either cooked with a lot of crack or a lot of love. 'Cause it's just
Maybe some of both.
so good.
It's
And then their
delicious.
chai tea, by far my favorite drink is a chai tea. At a coffee shop, I've gotten them all over the country, and no one compares to their chai tea. So when we moved here to Redlands for a studio and office, it's like, that's a bummer. We're not going to be by them all the time, even though we live in Riverside. So a few weeks ago, the big red building here in Redlands, if you're in Redlands, you know the red brick building turned white. I was like, what the heck? Why is it white? And then saw Molinos Coffee sign go up, so we were pretty excited.
I know. I super remember you texting me and you were like, Molinos is going into the red brick building.
It's happening. So
Yeah.
if you live in Redlands and you don't know Molinos, you definitely want to check them out. Great coffee, obviously great pastries. She said they're going to start having some food as well. Avocado toast. We talked about that a little bit. So Irene, she's the owner, started the original one in Riverside downtown 2013.
Yep.
And now here in Redlands. So it's great getting to know the person behind a business that we love and hearing the story of how it came to pass. So we hope you enjoy this podcast.
This is the Create Podcast.
Yeah, your space in Riverside has like the best coffee shop vibe.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. The chandelier.
Oh.
You just have such a good vibe. And I love that
you.
you can like walk right into the
Antique store?
antique store right there. Are
right.
they open?
They are open.
That's awesome.
Yes, they are open. Yeah, and it kind of gives you like an opportunity to spend a couple of hours in there. You know, because
that place is amazing.
you can definitely spend like hours. There's like 4 floors in there. So,
Yeah.
meander through there with your cup of coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were excited to meet you because we was last year, a year ago, we first went to Molinos because we grew up in Riverside. We've been on the East Coast for a handful of years and just moved back last year.
Okay.
And so in our vlog, every once in a while in our vlog, we'll stop at a coffee shop and we love chai tea, and so we'll try a chai tea. And when we had yours, I was like, this is the best chai tea I've ever had.
It is good. Yeah.
It's
It's
so
the
good.
10.
Yeah, it's like when we'll sometimes on our vlog we'll try a chai tea and we'll score them, and like we'll say Molinos is the bar. That's
Aw,
that's a
thank
10.
you so much. My
It is.
goodness.
It's so
Yeah.
good. It's
Do
our
you
favorite.
add espresso to your chai?
Oh,
Mhm.
always.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah. It's really good
Yes.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually have a funny story about that because I grew up not drinking coffee. Like, I don't think I had coffee till I was, like 30 something, 33, 34. So I'm, like, not versed in the language of coffee. And so
You've caught up now.
I'm caught up, yeah. But, I'm a couple years older than 32. But Mark has loved chai tea lattes for like 10, 15 years. And so I went to go order him a chai tea latte one of the first times that I ordered it for him. And I had, our now 19-year-old, who at the time was like, I don't know, 13, in the car. And Mark was like, okay, so I need you to order me a dirty chai. I was like, what? That's not a thing. What are you saying? I'm not going to order you
She's like, I'm not going to say that. I
I'm
know you're
not
just
going to
I know
order
you're
you
just trying to get me
a
to say
dirty
something.
chai. What do you really want? So then I found out that it was actually called
Right.
a dirty chai. And then
Right.
another time he's like, it became like the running joke of
then
him
next
trying to
time-
get me to say ridiculous things.
Next time I told you to
Ordering
buy
his
me
coffee.
an erotic chai.
Yeah. And you
Oh,
said that.
my goodness.
He said that on speaker in front of
Right.
our car full of
And she was like, okay, that one I know is
yeah,
not real.
like I'm definitely not.
No
doing
one's
that
ever
one.
ordered a chai like that
Yeah.
before.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, dirty double chai is our go-to.
So good.
Thank you.
So when
Go-to drink.
when did you first open the Riverside location?
In 2013,
2013.
the
Okay.
day of Festival of Lights
Okay.
Oh,
was
wow.
opening day.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, it was very scary.
I mean, that's
all
like
these
baptism by
emotions were going
fire.
through
Yeah?
me. I was scared and
Yeah.
nervous and the unknown. Because I never I never ran a business like that before. I've never ran a business before.
Yeah.
So it was but exciting at
Yeah.
the same time. And it just kind of took off from there. So it's a really good location that really
It's
helps.
a great
So,
location. Yeah. What's an average night for you guys during Festival of Lights? It must be like crazy.
It's very crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very crazy. Out the door. Both registers are going. People down the ramp. Just busy, busy, busy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. We're in the red.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're in the black. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, I messed up.
It feels
We're
like
in the
the red
black.
because it's Christmas. For people who don't know, your Riverside location is directly across from the Mission Inn.
Yes.
So there's kind of that, circular driveway at the
the
back
best
of
place
the
to
Mission
stand
Inn.
is at your
Yeah.
location, really. Yeah.
Fireworks are going off the roof there, and
Yeah.
yeah. So we reserve tables
That's
inside
so
and
great. I
outside
love
for
that.
Festival of Lights. So
Yeah.
that kind of worked out pretty well there.
That's like the best.
because nobody wants to stand in that.
It's
sea
crazy.
Of people.
It's so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
This obviously was our first time going to Festival of Lights since we've been back because we both kind of graduated from high school and then really haven't lived. I graduated in 95, he graduated in 94, and we really haven't lived in Riverside since then. We both kind of did off and on for a couple of years, but
Where'd you go to high school at?
North.
Okay, I went to Poly.
Oh, you did?
you
Yeah.
did? Rivals. I know, it's so
But
funny.
I graduated in '89, so
Okay.
I'm a little
That's
older
still
than you.
in the
right?
zone.
Just a couple
It's
years.
still in
Yeah.
the zone. Yeah, it's funny. All of a lot of our friends that we went to high school with, their kids go to Poly now. And we're like, traitors.
It's probably where they
Traitors.
live. So
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, so we came back, and so this was like our first Christmas doing like Festival of Lights in its full glory, because it was certainly not that ever before, and it is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
go Riverside.
Right. I think every year it gets better and bigger and more entertainment and more people.
Yeah,
So
it was
It's really
impressive.
good.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see this year
I know.
if it even happens.
I haven't heard anything, so I don't know. I should
Yeah.
probably check that out. But,
I'm sure they're just waiting as long as they can
Yeah.
to put anything out there.
right, because I don't know how they're going to regulate.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know how you social distance
I know.
Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
It's so. I mean, they would have to just be like closing off the area and like
Right.
keeping track of how many people were
Right.
in
Yeah.
that that city block at a time.
Right. Unless they do some type of reservation
Yeah.
for the.
I can't even imagine like it would be so booked.
I know.
It's just
know.
it's so hard.
I don't even
That's
know.
great.
Yeah. You said you allow people to reserve tables.
Mm-hmm.
How do they do that if someone wants to reserve a table?
They can call us, or
Yeah.
if they're coming in,
Just first come, first serve.
Kind of first come, first serve, yeah. Like I said, the patio and indoor. So patio is really good because you're outside. You can hear the announcements.
Yeah, your
and
patio
everything.
is so great.
Yeah. But yeah, they just call and they just reserve. There is a fee. There is a charge for that. Sorry, there is a charge. But it comes with like a pastry and a beverage and
Yeah.
Cool.
that kind of stuff. So and
You're-
then they don't have to stand in line for hours. They can go out and look and then come back
And
when
sit
it
down.
starts.
That's great.
so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Speaking of pastries, your guys'
I was
banana
just
muffins.
gonna say, Mark's
are
obsessed
so
with your
good.
banana muffins.
It's literally the best
Yeah,
banana
they
muffin
are.
I've ever had.
Good.
I make banana muffins on a regular basis because they're like our kids' favorite thing, and it has totally like inspired me to up my. I actually
awesome.
bought like banana emulsion to try to like, because yours just taste so banana-y. They're so we love them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We just
u-
love you guys.
Well, I used to use a co-working space at Minden Mill last year, and so I would walk over to your shop, and which was dangerous to be able to walk there all the time. But when we moved over here, I was obviously sad. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be close to Molinos. So when I saw the sign go up over here,
He was like,
we were excited.
"What?
Oh, nice.
I know.
Molinos is coming to Redlands?"
They're following me.
Yeah.
So what made you get into it when you first started?
Back in 2013. I mean, I've always been a coffee lover. I've always, I think my grandfather gave me coffee when I was like 6 months old. And out
awesome.
of all my siblings, I mean, there's only 3 of us, but I'm the only one that drinks coffee.
How funny.
So,
Your grandma used to, what did she call it? Cowboy coffee?
Cowboy coffee.
Really?
When I
Yeah.
was little, yeah. Which was meant just a lot of sugar and cream.
mine
And a
too.
little bit of
But,
coffee.
but yeah, it was like 2nd, 3rd grade.
Yeah.
It was like my favorite thing.
Yeah. I think if you kind of like grow up on it, it's that taste that you're just so used to, and you
Yeah.
just, it's enjoyable. So, but let's see. What was the question again?
Just how did you get into it?
So I used to manage downstairs, the Hideaway.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, during the day, the cafe. And the owners, Debbie and Craig Johnston, we became like really good friends. And so I worked for them for maybe a couple of years. And then the spot upstairs where Molinos is now, it became vacant. And I was just kind of just brainstorming. I was like, God, this would be a perfect spot for a coffee shop.
Yeah.
So talked to Craig, the owner, and things just kind of happened to snowball and work out. And
That's so amazing.
yeah.
What was it before?
Oh, we just became best friends.
It was a flower shop.
Oh, wow.
And then I don't even know what it was.
Yeah, they've
before
all
that.
everything downtown. I
Just
feel like
changes and
has
changes and
rotated
changes.
so
But
many
the
times.
last known before me was a floral shop.
Okay.
And was it always connected? Could you always go in and out of
It
the
was
antique
always
place?
connected. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean they had to build stairs eventually.
Yeah.
Because the stairs that are right there as you walk in to go
Yeah,
down
to
to the
go down.
highway, those were not there, so they had to build those out.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of the name? Molinos.
Molinos. Let's see if I understand correctly. In Spanish, molino means windmill,
Okay.
and I guess because the blades look like a grinder,
Oh, cool.
so to grind.
Yeah.
So coffee grinder.
Very cool.
Yeah. There is a story behind Molinos. My father-in-law from Cuba out there, he had a coffee shop called Molinos.
Okay.
And then
In Cuba?
In Cuba.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So when they left and they came out here, they ended up opening a meat market in San Fernando Valley. And that was called El Molino, which is like the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we just decided when we opened up the coffee shop to name it Molinos. It was actually called Cup of Joe originally.
Okay.
I had business license, T-shirt. I mean, everything was printed. And then
Yeah.
my husband was like, hey, what do you think about changing the name to Molinos?
Oh, I love it so much.
So, of course I had to think about it. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Yeah.
I love it so much.
And now thinking back, yeah, best decision.
Isn't it so funny?
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I think, when you're starting a business like that and it like is one thing for a period of time and then you find what it's supposed to be called and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was going to call it
I know.
something else.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do a great job with your staff too. Like,
Yes.
Rich was saying, we used to have a Cold Stone Creamery, and so your employees very similar demographic of who we had working
Right.
there, which
Early
is
20s,
yeah,
college.
it's trying to find that person that has a strong work ethic,
Right.
but that's also personable and friendly. Because when someone comes in to buy an ice cream or a coffee, in that atmosphere, they're kind of expecting a pleasurable experience.
Of course.
Not just in the product, but from the person that's serving them too. So
Right.
we've always been super impressed with the people you have
Thank you.
working there. Have you found over the years in finding those people, especially now just opening a new location, having to hire new people? I'm just curious what your process is for hiring and finding those type of people.
I mean, I try to, look for somebody that does have experience, but it's not necessary. That's not always like a good thing too,
Yeah.
because a lot of times they take whatever they learned from a previous job into this job. And, we run things different. Every business is run different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just, just during the interview process, you kind of just how they respond to your questions and stuff. And,
Yeah.
I've had some, interviews where I'm like, oh no, and then I've had like, I'm hiring you on the spot,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's I'd say a little bit of a struggle because everybody's personalities are different, everybody's class schedule is different,
Yeah.
and vacations and all that, and I
Yeah.
got to work around all that, so it's
I think it is the most difficult demographic to consistently staff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, and it's so hard to tell in a 20-minute interview.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
I remember so many interviews, and I remember some sitting there and thinking, this person's going to be my next assistant manager. Like, I have all these plans in my head. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah.
And then it just...
And then you get
that
them in and
not-
you're like, you are a ding dong.
Yeah, that
And I'm like, where is that person that I
Yeah.
interviewed? I've been there. No,
Yeah.
I've
Isn't
been
that
there.
so funny? I
Yeah.
think that there are some people who are just gifted interviewers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that they could convert that over to being gifted employees
Right.
sometimes. But
hmm Yeah. I mean, I've had a good handful of really good employees. I mean, really good. You know, some of them stay for a couple of years, which I think is great. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And then some of them are just like, okay, this is just,
Yeah.
too much. So
Yeah.
that's fine. You know, if it's not for you, go ahead and, leave, gotta
Yeah.
just interview more and hire
Yeah.
more. So
What was the process? So back when you guys started, obviously you had, sounds like the location, what kind of came first. So once you started looking at recipes and coffee and all pastries and where are we going to get this recipe, what was that process like for you guys? Because it's not a franchise. Obviously, someone starts a franchise and here's all your recipes, here's all your flavors.
Right.
So
You got to follow that and
yeah,
everything.
so you guys just started from scratch.
Yeah, follow from scratch.
So what was that process like?
We were just kind of making the drinks because it's Gavinia. That's the coffee company that we use, and they're Cuban owned
Okay.
as well. So
That's great.
Yeah, and they've been in business since like 1870.
Yeah.
So and they roast their beans, and that's where the chai comes from. Everything that I
Okay.
use,
So it's all from them.
It's pretty much all from them.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And it's Gavinia?
It's Gavinia.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're located in LA. So, but yeah, just started, messing around with drinks and recipes and how many pumps and do I like it this sweet or not so sweet. And that's just kind of like how it came about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What so tomorrow this will come out next week, so your Redlands location will be open once people are listening to this, but tomorrow, which is what, the 22nd, you guys
you're
are
like,
opening.
oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm sure
You're like, I know what the date is.
that number is imprinted on your brain.
Yes.
I know. I remember we
It's like your
opened
due date.
we opened our second Cold Stone on April 1st,
Oh.
2006, I think. But so yeah, and we knew it was April 1st for a while, so
Yeah.
like that number just
Right.
gets tattooed to your head.
Yes.
So opening that location, what had you planned on for a while, opening a second location? Or how did that come about?
Probably. I mean, not in the beginning, maybe
Yeah.
after, a few years, because I've been in business now. We're going on 8 years. November would be 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I've had, opportunities with other buildings and companies that, wanted me in their location, but it was just too close to my current location in
Yeah.
Riverside. And I just thought I'm going to be competing with myself. And it's just, so I kept saying no. I mean, it only happened, a few times.
Right.
But when this location was presented to me, I was like, okay, another city.
Yep.
Still Inland Empire, still close.
Similar. I can see that the components that work for the Riverside location are very much in the Redlands location, that there's the amazing antique store.
Right.
I mean, kind of almost more so that Redlands downtown, I think, is more built out than
Yes,
downtown Riverside.
for sure.
But yeah, I can see that you guys are going to be hugely successful.
Yeah, I kind
There.
of noticed too, like downtown Redlands is there's just more people, there's more
Yeah.
shops.
It's
more
just more built out
It is.
than
Yeah.
downtown Riverside.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's cool. And the white, I love the way that you guys are like. I'm so excited for tomorrow to come in and see the inside because the outside is just like so perfect.
Yeah.
Like, and even like kind of the facelift that it's given, that like view of, like it coordinates so nicely with the love wall, and
Right.
it looks so
Right.
great. I love, like, kudos to you.
Thank
Just
you.
looks
Thank
so
you.
great.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be like too bright white or anything like
It's
that. but
perfect.
just-
yeah. Listen, as a photographer, there's a lot of whites in the world.
Right. Yeah.
You did good.
Oh, good. Thank
You
you.
did a great job. It's not too stark. It's not too yellow. It's not too gray. It's not too creamy.
Right.
It's just right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wanted to do some type of transformation, new owners, new coffee shop,
Yeah.
new name.
It's
Yeah.
like the perfect, like, clean
Yeah.
slate.
Yeah.
It
Inside
looks
as
great.
well.
I'm
we
excited.
transformed the inside as well. Yeah.
I'm excited to
Painted.
see it.
Yeah. It was a process.
Yeah. I'm guessing that it's going to be a very different vibe in there when we go in tomorrow. I'm excited.
Yeah, and the outs. I remember when I first drove by and saw, because the red was cool and it was
Oh, yeah.
unique, but it's such a different look and feel and vibe.
Yeah.
The first time I drove by, I was like, oh my gosh, it was like
Your sign looks
so
great.
noticeable. But
Yeah,
it looks so
looks
good.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank
We're
you.
excited.
Me too.
And so can you go in on both sides? Can you enter on both sides? I know it like connects through, but you just enter on the one side.
Well, tomorrow, I think I'm going to have like a one-way entrance, and
Yeah.
then there's going to be an exit door, just because that front door is pretty narrow.
Yeah.
And, I just don't want people like, okay, spilling their drink and stuff. So,
Right.
so they'll probably just go in and then go out the other door. So there's 3 doors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
It's such a cool space.
it is. It
Was
is.
the process for getting approval from? I mean, you had to go through the landlord, and did you have to go through the city as well? Was that a difficult process?
No, through the landlord, no.
No.
And through the city, it took a while to get the business license. Yeah, because once we got the business license, which was about a week ago.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, everything was done. I mean, we were ready to open, just needed to tie up some loose ends and stuff. But, I couldn't operate without my business license.
Right.
So once they said, here you go, then we're like,
You're
okay, doors
ready
can
to
open.
take off.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny how all cities or building departments can be so different. At one point, we were in South Carolina, and we were going to open another location, Cold Stone, in Charleston, South Carolina, and submitted our plans to the city to do our build out. And we were in a small strip mall, and they came back and said that we needed a commercial ventilation system for our waffle irons. We had waffle irons to make
yeah.
waffle cones, where these very similar to something you would have in your house, but they were commercial grade. And I think at the time, Cold Stone nationally had 1,500 stores, and not a single store had ever been required to put. And this whole ventilation system was like $40,000-$50,000 to put this system in that they were requiring. So we went before the board, and someone from Cold Stone Corporate in Arizona even flew out to go to the meeting for us. And we had one of the waffle makers, and we had this whole presentation and, saying how our biggest argument was that there's 1,532 stores, and we've never had an issue, and we've never been required to have one. And a very Southern gentleman, after the whole presentation, all he said was, he's like, I got a question for you. Of those 1,532 stores, are any of them in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina? I said, no, sir. He goes, denied. That was it.
You're like, what if I just
Yeah.
make the waffles at home?
Right. Yeah.
What if I just
That
make the
was it.
waffles?
But we actually ended up selling that store because we were living about an hour and a half away and was going to move. So long story short, we sold that store in the middle of the build out, and then stayed where we were locally and did a store there. But
Yeah.
so I'm always curious when people open businesses and what kind of
Legalities.
things they have to go through. So as far as painting it up was a pretty easy as far as getting approval.
You said painting?
Yeah, the outside of the building.
Oh,
You didn't
yes.
really get any resistance.
No, didn't
Yeah.
get it. No,
That's
none at
good.
all. Yeah, no. And then we had to get permit for the signage and all that, the health department, and like I said, business license and
Yeah.
Yeah.
seller's permit. It's the same one as the other one, so that was probably like the easiest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to hear about Redlands. It makes sense. I can see there, because some cities, when it comes to signage or painting the outside, they just are ridiculous with
Well, we lived-
regulation.
Right.
One of the cities that we lived in North Carolina, all of the signs they were like brown. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
All of the signs had to be brown.
Oh,
No matter if it was McDonald's or
really?
anywhere. It was the weirdest thing.
I wonder why.
Yeah, actually,
My dad's actually a city planner, so I'm always like aware of, I
Yeah.
grew up with my dad being like, oh my gosh, those awnings are the wrong color. That looks terrible.
yeah, our second store, that it was in a different city, and the signs had to be white, and so like the Cold Stone logo was red, so we actually had to get a white one with the lettering white.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Those Southerners.
Yeah, there was no
Yeah.
specific color that we had to choose or
Yeah.
anything. So, or
Yeah.
this type of guideline or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I think it just makes a much more like eclectic, organic vibe when you just kind of let each place
right.
just be themselves.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's cool.
Yeah. Did you have someone local do your logo?
Oh, do the logo?
Yeah.
My brother helped me with the logo.
Oh, he did? He did a good job.
Yeah.
It's a good logo.
Yeah, I kind of told him, what I wanted, and then he just, helped me with it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job. So many
did.
times we'll see a business have great products, and then their branding, or it's like, oh, your branding is just terrible.
Right.
So
It's rough.
yeah, it's always nice when you see a business that's especially not a franchise, but someone's created, and they hit it on all cylinders, whether it's the product or the branding or logo.
Well, I think the true test of a logo is if you're willing to wear it on your chest.
Oh, yeah.
And
True.
you are willing to wear Molinos.
I do have one.
Yeah.
So is the menu completely the same as Riverside?
Yes, it's completely the same. However, I think at this location, Redlands, we're going to probably bring in a little bit more food.
Yeah.
So, because this one's a little bigger.
Yeah.
So we're going to probably introduce a little bit more food. Not right at first.
There's probably more seating
Here, yes.
in Redlands than in Riverside.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
This one's long and narrow, and in Riverside is more.
Yeah, like
we're just
wide.
in one room.
Yeah.
Square.
And probably more people like shopping in Redlands too, where I
Yeah.
can see them like coming in and eating and then continuing their shopping.
Right. Exactly.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, your food is good, so
Thank you.
we'll be there.
As long as you have the banana muffins.
Oh yeah, we do.
Mark's like,
Yeah.
will you have the banana muffin?
Do you guys make those, or do you have
Do
someone that makes?
not. Yeah, we do not, because Riverside location, we don't have a kitchen.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
That's it right there. What you
That's
see,
it.
right?
You're looking at it.
That's it. Yeah. So it would
There's
have
a
been
small kitchen here.
No.
No.
Kitchen like to like bake and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
No.
Like
There's-
it's all open here. There's no door. Like
There's
back
no
door.
back room.
Yeah.
There's no back room.
In the Redlands one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we have a storage room, but it's not big enough to put
Yeah.
like a skillet and oven and all
Yeah,
that.
the
No.
whole
Right.
the whole nine.
Yeah.
So what are your are you guys doing limited hours at both locations right now, or what's
No,
that
just
look like?
Riverside right now.
Just Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside's like 7 to 3 Monday through Friday, and then 9 to 3 or 4 on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And then here, Redlands, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, the streets are closed and they have that outside dining. So
Yeah.
we're going to be staying open late for those nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then probably do like a 7 to 3, 7 to 4 on the
Okay.
other days.
Yeah. It seems like downtown Riverside hasn't opened back up quite as much as downtown
No,
Redlands
I
has.
know. Hopefully
it's-
soon.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I know we are like hardcore downtown Riverside people.
Yeah.
We both grew up in Riverside,
Yeah.
and I grew up dancing at Riverside Ballet Arts, which was on Lemon
Oh, yeah.
forever.
Uh-huh.
So I was like downtown Riverside all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, come on, I miss it.
Yeah, I wish downtown Riverside had a little bit more of what Redlands has,
I do
just
too.
with the foot traffic and the.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so close and it
They
has
were
the
making some
potential.
good progress.
Yes.
Like
to be.
Retro Taco is so good that
Right.
opened up
Oh, yeah.
relatively recently.
Yeah, I mean,
here.
right before COVID hit, it was just starting
like
to
almost there.
Almost there.
What's
yeah.
that boutique that's next to Retro?
Oh yeah, it's a cute little boutique.
It is so cute.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't think of it right now.
I can't think of what it's called. It's been too long since
Yeah.
I've been in downtown Riverside. But it's like, yeah, like right before COVID, it was like,
Yeah, because
I
that
could
Main
tell it was,
Street
like, on the
right
cusp.
there is wide,
yeah,
and Simple Simon and
yeah, I love Simple Simons.
yeah.
That salon that's on the corner.
Oh,
next to Mind and Mill is so cool too. They're so close.
Yeah, I feel like it's just so sporadic there. Like when you come
Yeah.
downtown Redlands, you can start at the end of Main Street and go pretty far, and
Right.
it's just consistent. Like, oh, that's an interesting store. That's a cool store.
Right.
I feel like the downfall right now of downtown Riverside is
It's
like, oh, there's a
missing
cool
that.
store, and then empty. I don't know what
Yeah.
that is. Oh, there's another one.
Right.
So it's such a, I hate to say it because we're Riverside people, but it's right now it's such
I
a
know.
much more enjoyable experience,
Mm-hmm.
even during COVID,
Right.
even right now. I'm curious, as someone that's had a business down there, what do you think it is that's kind of prevented it from going to that next level? Because there's obviously been effort. Just curious if what you think's
Gosh.
prevented it. I don't know
You're
if there's
like,
an
you're
answer.
coming in with the heavy questions, Martinez.
I don't know if
know.
there's an answer. I just
I don't
curious.
know. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I think just they got to get the right shops in there. There
I
had
think
not
it's
that
just quantity of.
Yeah, because there has been,
Good
different
shops.
shops and stuff, because Magnolia's was there for a while, and that had like some little collectibles and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And then that was a pretty store because during Christmas, they would decorate that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened with that, but
The rent's very similar
very similar to
in pricing.
Redlands
The rents
and Riverside.
yeah,
pretty similar. Yeah.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the not that I think this has anything to do with it, but as the homelessness situation in downtown Riverside, does that in the last couple of years does that seem to have gotten a lot worse? Because I mean, you guys are right there in the thick of it. I mean, there's times where we've come out and they're having a conversation with someone right there.
Right.
So it's I'm sure it's something you guys have to
Almost
be
on
on
a
top
daily
of.
basis. Yeah. Something we do have to be on top. You know, just you got to be aware of who's coming in, right? And if they are homeless, most of the time they want water or somebody to buy them something, or and then if they don't get what they want, they can get a little mean and a little aggressive, and I don't want to be that type of customer that has that interaction or confrontation from a homeless person. So I know my customers don't want that. So we try to get a handle on that. But lately, there hasn't been too much.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I mean, they are welcome to come in and, give them, a cup of water or something like that. It's not that we deny them. But then
You're just trying to balance
if
running
they
a
come
business.
in, if they come in too much and then they start sleeping in there, and then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
It's
the
a
welcome
balancing
mat
act.
is,
Yeah.
just temporary, just,
Yeah. And you guys, your employees do a great job with that, because we've been in there so many times, and there's been a few times where someone was in there and I've kind of watched and they handle it really well.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're human beings too, they're people too. So just
Yeah.
because, they don't,
Yeah.
they're homeless or whatever doesn't mean we have to treat them very different.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before you opened Molinos?
Well, I did work for the Hideaway downstairs. I did manage
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
But prior to that, I was just a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
We have one.
Have one.
Yeah.
How old?
He's 29. He'll be 29. Yeah.
Fun. What's his name?
Joseph.
It's a good name.
Yeah. And I've got 2 grandbabies. Or
Oh,
I've got 2
so fun.
grandbabies.
You're like, I claim them.
Yeah, they are mine. Yeah.
Boys or girls?
1 boy, 1 girl, Clark
Oh.
and Charlotte.
Oh,
mean-
those are cute names.
I mean, being a grandparent is just the best.
I know. It's so funny. Everybody says that. I know. We're in like that middle space. Our oldest is turning 21 on October 4th. Not that he's counting. I keep trying to tell him, I'm like, you need to like brace, like you need to bring the expectation down. Like he sends me like texts with his like countdown app on his phone to his 21st birthday. I'm like, you should just like, let's bring it.
Right.
Bring the expectations
Don't rush
down
it.
a little bit, bud. But yeah, we're in this like in between space.
Yeah. How many children do you guys have?
We have 6.
You have 6.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a circus. So yeah, the oldest turning 21 and then the youngest just turned 10.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
It's nice having a big family.
It is. It's fun. I grew
Yeah.
up in a family of 6. and
Okay.
He grew up with 4. So
Wow.
it's a party.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We're in this weird transition where most of our kids are, the oldest 5 are in a grouping, late teens, early 20s, and then the younger one. But that group, they're like starting to launch and go off. And so this transition period, like, okay, our grandkids will be down the road where, like you said, we have the thought of grandkids, like, that'd be amazing. Like, we don't have to deal with most of the hard stuff and just
Get all the
Yes.
good stuff.
stay for however long we want them to stay. And then it's
Right.
like, that sounds amazing. But we're still like, but let's not do that right now. Like,
Yeah, no grandchildren yet. They're still too young.
yeah, that sounds great down the road.
It is.
But let's
It's the
hold off
best.
for a little
Yeah.
while.
I mean,
I
you
like-
have children to have grandchildren.
Right.
So,
I know. I liken the phase of parenting that we're in to like making a souffle and putting it in the oven. And you're just like, we're at the part of the show where I'm like, well, I hope that turns out. Because we've kind of done all we can do. We'll see. No, they're good kids. We have good kids. But yeah, they're, they're in their 20s and
it's hard.
late teens.
Parenting
and
is hard.
It's,
you
yeah,
know?
it is. It's a transition, like kind of making that transition between parenting children to like having a parent-child relationship with an adult is kind of where we are with a lot of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I would rather be a parent to little kids all day long than to teenagers or young adults, because it's like,
It's a lot of frustration and not a lot of
Yeah.
benefit at
Right.
that
yeah, and just,
age. They're kind of
and
exhausted.
I'm sure it's different for a mom and a dad. but I feel like as a dad, when they were smaller, I always knew my place. Like I always knew where I fit in the life, what my place was. And it's like the older they got, like the 13, 14, 15, it's like, okay, I don't,
15
trying to figure out where do I fit in, what's
Right.
appropriate. And then it's a whole new thing, the transition into adulthood, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's like, well, I finally figured out where I fit in when they were 15. And now they're a completely different person. But parenting small kids, I'll take that
Oh, yeah.
all day long because
And
it's
back
so
then you
easy.
think like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. It's so difficult because I don't know what they want. They can't speak at this age. or
Well, it's
whatever.
just so physical. The physicality of young kids is exhausting.
Yeah.
But the
But
emotional.
when they get older, you're like, oh, I'll take that age
You bet.
anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to grandkids
Yeah, they're the best.
down the road.
Pure
Yeah,
joy.
a couple of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of our
A
kids are.
couple of them. I know. Mark is
Have
convinced
kids.
that none of our 6 children are going to have kids.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
They're all at that age where like, oh, I'm never getting married. I'm never having kids.
Okay.
Yeah. They are.
So she'll say something about grandkids. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know
Like,
if any of them are going to
fingers
pull through on
crossed.
us.
Oh, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yes.
souffle's in the oven still. We don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how it comes out.
Is your son local?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes,
good.
he lives in Moreno Valley. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that's
we still live in Riverside
Yeah.
because I grew up here as well. And then when I met my husband, we moved out to the San Fernando Valley because that's where he's from.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I missed my mom. I missed my family so much that it's like I want to move back home. So
Yeah.
I said, okay.
I love
So
that.
we're
Where in
thinking-
Riverside are you?
Orange Crest right now.
Oh, okay, cool. We're
Yeah.
in Canyon Crest.
Okay.
So close.
I
We're
grew up in
hill.
Canyon Crest.
You did?
Yeah, that's where my childhood home is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What street?
St. Augustine. So
Okay.
it was off of Ramsey and then
Okay.
Windermere and
Yeah.
up in that little,
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, we are big time Riverside.
Mm-hmm. I like Riverside.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I grew up over by UCR, and you grew up in
Mission Grove.
Okay.
ish. So yeah,
Yeah.
we love it.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to Poly?
To Polly.
Yeah. Your what does your husband do?
Construction. He
His
owns
construction.
his own business as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is he staying busy right now?
Luckily, yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to say it out loud, but yes,
I know, exactly. Yeah, he is. Yeah, they are busy, which is good.
That is
So,
good.
Has he built homes or
Residential homes.
residential? Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I mean, he's not out there building the homes anymore,
Yeah,
but he was at one time. But yeah, and
cool.
he's had his own business probably for over 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had businesses, So,
yeah,
but yeah, now it's construction.
yeah. Our other gig is we do a magazine that goes out to the top 500 realtors.
Oh.
So yeah, we're like
What's the name of the magazine?
Inland Empire Real Producers.
Okay.
It just goes to real estate agents, so it's not like in public circulation. So you probably haven't seen it,
Okay.
but yeah, that whole industry
oh,
is amazingly
Right.
staying super crazy
yes,
busy through
it's
all this,
really
so we're
good.
so
One of my good
thankful.
friends is a realtor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what's their name?
Dana Roque.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Joey advertises in our magazine.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
her son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a good family.
Yeah, they are. We love them, Joey
Yeah.
and Mark. It was so funny. We did their photo shoot for the magazine and found out that they've known Joey and Mark, his business partner Mark Hostler, have known each other since like the 2nd grade
Really?
or something. Yeah, I love that. I love stories
Small
like
world.
that. Yeah.
So it must be opening a business during the pandemic. I mean, opening a business like that is
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Went through the process of opening 2 different cold stones and all the different pieces that have to come together. And then, so tomorrow's your grand opening. And I'm sure under normal circumstances, you guys would have activities or, some kind of hoopla around the grand opening. But are you guys just basically opening the doors? Or
Yeah,
are you,
we're basically just opening the doors. There's going to be no ribbon cutting or
Yeah.
anything like that. We're just going to be opening the doors. Some of my employees were like, just get balloons, make it real festive and pretty. And so
Yeah.
if I have time to do that, I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, just opening up the doors and, hopefully it'll be a good turnout.
Yeah. Did you bring any employees from the other store?
A few.
come over? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. I
that's
did-
always seems like the best way to have a smooth transition.
Exactly. I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way for new hires to know. And the seasoned baristas, the ones that I am bringing, they know.
Yeah.
They know what I expect. They know what to do.
And then they can kind of get the
Exactly.
right tone
Right.
for everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm a creature of habit, so I think the only thing I've ever had as far as drinks is your chai tea.
Okay.
What's the most popular drinks that you guys sell?
The chai is very popular.
Yeah.
I mean, it
It's
really
so
is.
good.
Yeah, because a lot of times when customers come in and they ask us what do we recommend? What is our favorite
Yeah.
chai? Our cold brew is good. We
I'll
make
have
our
to try
own
that.
cold brew, and we just started making cold brew ice cubes.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't dilute the cold brew.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
A lot of customers, good feedback on that. A lot of customers are liking that.
Yeah. You guys don't you have like a lavender lemonade?
A lavender
something?
lemonade. Yeah, there's a lavender latte. Honey cinnamon is really good. That's
Oh, that
that's a
sounds
real
good.
popular one. Yeah, and the milk alternatives: oat milk, almond milk.
Yeah.
Those are good too as well. Rose latte. We have a rose
Oh,
latte. Yeah,
tell
and I
me
named
about
that
that.
after
That
my
sounds good.
granddaughter.
Aw.
Yeah, because her name is Charlotte Rose. So I was like, I have to have a rose latte in my menu.
I love that.
So, yeah.
I know the last time I was inside the Redlands location, there's like a tree built in.
Yeah, it's
Is
still
that
there.
you guys still there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's still there. Yeah.
Is it concrete or what is it?
It's made out of something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like strong. Because
Yeah.
when I was putting more lights up there, the girl that made it, she's like, you can actually stand in there and it'll hold you.
Oh, wow.
There's like no problem. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll take
You're
your
like,
word for
so
it."
we're going to incorporate this into the design because it's not going anywhere.
Right,
This,
exactly.
this is the starting point
Right.
for our design inspiration.
Right, yeah.
Well,
It's a pretty tree.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's a tree, not like a giant spider web or
Oh,
something.
yeah. Something like, yeah.
Like a goth gigantic skeleton or skeleton face or something.
So what kind of food do you think you guys are going to do? You said you're going to do more food
In
here.
addition to what we have,
Yeah.
I want to do like avocado toast because we do get a lot of customers asking if we have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try a little bit more vegan options because, a lot of it is carbs and stuff. And, there's people that are gluten free and paleo and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just want to probably introduce a little bit more food like that. No burgers,
Right.
nothing like that, but more coffee shop
Yeah.
Yeah.
menu.
The Starbucks egg bites are like my go-to
Really?
in a pinch. Yeah, when I'm like out and because I don't like love fast food.
Right.
So if I'm out and I'm like, I need some protein. The Starbucks egg
So
bites.
what is that? I mean, egg bites, I kind of
So
get
it's
it.
like
but-
a sous vide, I think is how you say it, and it's just like egg. They have a couple different flavors, but the one I get is like egg, Gouda, and bacon.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like I don't know. They have like a machine. I think they're basically like steamed
Okay.
to cook, but they're
So they're
good.
keto friendly, which
Okay.
is great.
Right. So
Yeah.
they're just in little bite-sized pieces?
Yeah, they're just like this big.
Okay.
maybe. It's
Silver
like
dollar.
A little, yeah.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
like
Is it that
this
thick?
How
thick.
cute.
Yeah, they're good. I know that you can buy like similar things. I know like Costco has their Costco version of them, and Sam's Club has like
Oh, I got to check it out.
Gotta check it out. But yeah, they're good. It's a good like, if you're not wanting to have like a bagel
Right.
or
Right.
Especially if you're dumb on carbs.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
great.
they're great.
Yeah.
I actually made them one time in muffin.
You
Oh,
did.
Muffin
Yeah,
tins.
when you were when you
Yeah.
did keto for a little while, you made those.
And since
yeah.
everything's to go now,
Yeah.
it's like
Right.
you want to take something that you can either
Right.
eat at your desk.
and you can just
or-
eat, like I can eat them in my car. They're good.
in the car.
I would go down that road if you're looking to add some,
Okay.
less carby,
Oh, yeah.
easy to go option.
Yes.
So in Redlands, the inside location, there's right now no seating.
No seating.
Yeah, just outside. Come in,
sad.
take out.
I know.
Which is sad because it's such a great space in there right now too.
I know. I mean, I have
You
brand new
just-
tables
you
and
just
chairs,
redid
and I
it,
can't
yeah.
even use
You're
them.
like, look at my amazing space that we can all like look out from the
I
window.
know. But don't sit.
Yeah, just don't sit down.
Yeah.
Well, and then we haven't been here since the what's it called they have downtown here, Redlands, the market.
For the dining, the outside dining?
No, just
Oh.
outside of COVID. There's
The farmer's market?
Farmers
What's it
market,
called?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's right across the street from us.
Yeah. They're not doing that right now.
Yeah.
They are?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. So Saturday
It's in that
mornings.
parking lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday mornings.
There's
Which that-
something where
that's
they
great.
like close the street. That's more like is that what you're thinking of?
Isn't there something they do at night too? Like some
I don't-
Wednesday nights or
Oh, I don't
I
know.
thought
I
so.
should
I
know
don't
this,
know.
but I
Yeah.
don't know. But is it every Saturday, the farmers market? Okay.
Every Saturday morning.
Cool.
Yeah,
Do
I
they
think
have
they
good
close
stuff?
up at noon or something. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to come
they've
check it
got
out.
the hummus and chips and tamale guy is there. And
It's cool.
Does it
Good.
come because it's on Main Street? Does it come down the side street that you're
Are
on?
you talking about Riverside or Redlands?
Redlands.
No, it's just right there in the
in that
parking
parking
lot,
Do you have a
right
visual on the
across from
parking
us.
lot that she's talking about?
Oh, right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like next to there's like the
Yeah.
wall with the
That's
yellow.
what Saturday is. Saturday. mornings.
Because
Okay.
Riverside has a farmer's market as well on
Right.
Saturday mornings, and they are on Main Street. That's why it was.
Okay.
It's confusing, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Riverside's farmers market open?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just haven't been down there.
Yeah, local produce and
Riverside's
eggs
farmers
and-
market is awesome.
it is. Yeah.
We just haven't been to it post COVID.
Yeah.
This weird world we're all living
I
in.
know.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Hopefully, 2021. It's like the last.
You're like, this is gonna
it
be our
keeps-
year.
I remember it was like by June, by
Oh,
July,
right. Yeah, and now it's like
by fall.
next year, and
Yeah, hopefully 2021.
yeah.
I saw some video. People were pretending it was New Year's and they were like counting down. It was like 5, 4, 3, and then like the TV popped
They're
on.
like, we're just starting over.
Well, the TV popped on and it was like this computer type voice. And it was like, "We are sorry to inform you that 2021 has been postponed.
Oh no.
Everybody's like,
Two-
no.
2020 hasn't gone so well,
Yeah.
so we're going to
Right.
extend it."
Yeah.
We're giving it one more chance. We're giving it a fifth quarter.
Yeah. So how that, because there was a place there before, so I'm curious, had you planned, did that just kind of come out of nowhere with that spot here in Redlands, or like how far have you guys been planning that back?
It kind of just came
Just
out
happened.
of I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but
Yeah.
it did kind of like just happen. Yeah, because there was another coffee shop before that, and then it was Augie's.
Oh, right, because it started as that's where Augie's started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Augie's open?
No,
Yeah.
no, they're closed.
They're not open in Riverside either.
No, all their
Yeah.
locations, I believe they're closed.
And as far as you know, is that the plan to not have retail?
Augie's?
Yeah.
I have no
Not
idea.
sure.
I don't know too much about it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The Redlands coffee people are going to be happy to have you open. For sure. Because there's kind of been a big void. There's not really anything else open
yeah,
in downtown Redlands.
yeah,
Mhm.
It's exciting.
yeah.
They're going to be so happy
Yeah.
to have you there.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. I think, despite the bad timing of COVID, I think
Right.
overall it's good timing
Right.
to do it.
Mhm.
And I could see it would have been hard to pass up a spot like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. When I was offered the opportunity, I was like, okay.
You're like, the timing is weird.
Timing is weird, a little difficult, got to make some adjustments and stuff, but we can make it happen. So,
Yeah. Well, you definitely have customers on both sides because we live in Riverside and we work here. So
oh, good.
if no one else comes, we will be there. So,
It's going to be like our cheers.
yeah.
You're going to know our name.
That's right. That's totally right. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure,
I did get to the point when at my office in Riverside where I would come in and they just knew exactly what I wanted.
They'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, dirty chai guys here.
Right. We're
Yeah.
really big on that. I try to, stress that with the employees.
Yeah.
Because I'm like that. So when regulars come in, hello, good morning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we already start their drink.
Everybody really
great.
does want that. Like
I would think so.
I have a post office box, and they say my name when I go in, and it seems so insignificant and dumb, but like
It really is.
I love the fact that they're like, "Oh, hey, Mark."
Right.
And so I think everybody is.
We just want to.
is
We all
looking
want to
for
have
that.
people. We just want to have our.
Yeah.
I think we're all creatures of habit, and like when those habits become like reciprocal,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when it like clicks a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we had with Cold Stone, we had some regular customers, and for a while we had like our internal nicknames for them, and I accidentally said the nickname to one. Fortunately, it wasn't that bad. But this one, it was a high school kid, and he would come in. His grandmother would like bring him in like 2 or 3 times a week. He was probably a freshman, and he would always get vanilla ice cream with cookie dough. So we called him the cookie dough kid. We're like, hey, did the cookie dough kid come in today?
We do the
saw-
same thing too.
Yeah,
Oh, here
and I
comes dirty chai guy, or here
Yeah.
comes,
Here
white
comes-
mocha. Yeah.
I just gave you a Molinos nickname. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you that all the
You're
time
labeled now.
As long as it's not the erotic chai guy. Yeah, but I said something like, "Hey, cookie dough kid." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to say that out loud."
Yeah.
He just looked at me weird.
Oh.
That's funny.
But we're really excited to have you, and thanks for coming in. We were,
Yes.
we love
Thanks for
meeting.
inviting me.
Yeah, we love meeting the people behind the businesses that we love too. So
And thanks for the mugs.
Oh,
you
you're
didn't know
welcome.
that I collect mugs. So
You're welcome.
It's exciting.
Yes.
And Mark's always like, "Can you collect bigger mugs?" Like, I drink a lot of coffee, because I like the cute,
Yeah. Right.
So those are like perfect
Oh, good.
for us.
Good.
So
Put some
thank
beans
you.
in there, and I put some stickers in there too. So.
Oh yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
Mark is a little bit obsessed with stickers. We actually have a bunch of Molinos stickers,
Oh.
but we can't have too many.
So Riverside hours right now till 3, 7 days a week.
Yes.
And then Redlands hours are
Well, I don't know. I just gotta, see the flow
Figure it
of
out.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
see
Figure
the
it
flow
out.
of it. So
But open late
Open
on
late.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
yes,
It's
and
awesome.
probably like 7 to 3, 7 to 4 on the other days.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It could change. Hopefully, it will change.
Well, we'll be there.
we'll be
tomorrow.
there. And anybody listening or watching, try their chai tea and tell them that Mark sent you.
Dirty chai guy.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
There you go. And then just look at me.
Oh wait, I take my glasses off. Oh. I can take my mask off too. Oh, my brush just fell.
They're so cute. All right. Let me get one more